Hello students, in the previous class we have completed studying hybridization with respect to sp3d and sp3d2 by taking the examples of PCl5 and that of SF6. In today's class we are going to continue the chemical bonding with the next concept, that is the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, which is called as VSEPR theory. The Lewis concept is unable to explain the shape of molecules. This we already learned, and with respect to this we have learnt the VBT, which is able to explain the shape of the molecules, right? In a similar manner we are going to learn another theory which is called as valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, and this theory provides a simple procedure to predict the shape of the covalent molecules. Sedgwick and Powell in 1940 proposed a simple theory based on the repulsive interactions of electron pairs in the valence shell of the atoms. And this theory was further developed by and refined by Nylom and Gillespie in the year 1957. Now we will study the main postulates of valence shell electron pair theory, and there are totally 6 postulates. The first postulate: the shape of the molecule depends upon the number of valence shell electron pairs, and these valence shell electron pairs can either be bonded or non-bonded around the central atom. If I take for example here NH3, right? So nitrogen is the central atom, and we know that it is having one lone pair of electron which are called as non-bonding electrons, and the remaining 3 hydrogens are bonded by means of what? Single bond with nitrogen. So therefore those 3 hydrogen nitrogen bond are called as bonding pair of electrons, and this is nothing but called as non-bonding pair of electrons. The second postulate: pairs of electrons in the valence shell repel. This point is important. Pairs of electrons in the valence shell repel one another since their electron clouds are negatively charged. We have seen with example of NH3 and H2O in the previous video. Actually NH3 and H2O, both of them are having sp3 hybridization, but in case of ammonia the bond angle is 107 degrees, and in case of water it is 104.5 degrees, and this is because in case of water we are having 2 lone pair of electrons, right? So these lone pair of electrons, which are nothing but negatively charged electron clouds, and that is the reason we say that they are negatively charged electron clouds repel. Is it clear? So pairs of electrons in the valence shell repel one another since their electron clouds are negatively charged, and this is what makes the angle reduced from the normal tetrahedral angle. And if you see the third postulate, these pairs of electrons tend to occupy such positions in space that minimize the repulsion, and thus maximize the distance between them, right? So if you take the water molecule, I have already told you H, then followed by oxygen and hydrogen, and these are the 2 lone pairs of electrons here. Actually if you see, it is just like what a tetrahedral structure, right? And these 2 lone pairs of electrons undergo repulsion, and in order to avoid that repulsion they repel each other. While repelling, the bond angle goes on what decreases, and these lone pairs tend to occupy such positions in a space such that they minimize the repulsion and maximize the distance of separation between them. In the fourth point, the valence shell is taken as a sphere with the electron pairs localizing on the spherical surface at a maximum distance from one another. Very simple point, that is, the valence shell is taken as a sphere with electron pairs localizing on a spherical surface at a maximum distance from one another. Fifth postulate, a multiple bond is treated as if it is a single electron pair. We have to consider this as very important. That is, for example, if I take with respect to SO2 molecule, S double bond O and S double bond O, oxygen is divalent, sulfur is a tetravalent here. So a multiple bond is treated as if it is a single electron pair. So this we are considering it as single electron pair, and the 2 or 3 electron pairs of a multiple bond are treated as a single super pair, and 2 or 3 electron pairs of a multiple bond are treated as a single super pair. With respect to example, we are going to study this fifth postulate. And the last one is, where 2 or more resonance structures can be represented in a molecule and the valence shell electron pair model is applicable to any such of the water structure. And in the next slide we will learn regarding the repulsive interactions. This point is very important, students. The repulsive interaction of electron pair decrease in the order. Okay, understand this point. It is going to decrease in the order. Lone pair and lone pair are repulsive in nature. So I have written here there is more repulsive, right, when compared with lone pair and bond pair. Here LP means a lone pair and BP means bond pair. So these interactions are again greater when compared with bond pair and bond pair. This concept you remember, students. Nylander and Gillespie in the year 1957 refined the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory model by explaining the important difference between a lone pair and bonding pairs of electrons. The lone pairs are localized. Concept you try to understand, students. Lone pairs are localized on the central atom, and each bonded pair is shared between 2 atoms. If you see the example ammonia NH3 molecule, right, so I'll write here 3 nitrogen hydrogen bond. Okay, so these are the lone pair of electrons which are present on the nitrogen, that we call it as localized. Localized means it remains there only, and each of the bonded pair is shared between 2 atoms. So this is the bonded pair and these are the 2 atoms. Similarly, here this is the bonded pair and these are the 2 atoms, and here also hydrogen and nitrogen, and this is the bonded pair. As a result, the lone pair of electrons in a molecule occupy more space. This point you try to understand, students. As a result, the lone pair of electrons in a molecule occupy more space as compared to the bonding pairs of electrons. And this results in greater repulsion between the lone pairs of electrons as compared to the lone pair, bond pair and bond pair repulsions. Now, these repulsion effects results in the deviation from idealized shape and alterations in a bond angle in the molecules. If you just try to recall what I have taught you earlier, is I have taught you the structure of methane and that of ammonia and that of water. Carbon, here it is sp3, here hybridization of carbon, Ammonia is also sp3, nitrogen, that is central atom. In water, oxygen is also sp3. Shape of this methane is tetrahedral, and in case of ammonia it is pyramidal. In case of water it is bent or angular or V-shaped. In a methane there are no lone pair of electrons, so the shape is tetrahedral. In ammonia, because of presence of one lone pair of electron, the bond angle is reduced from normal tetrahedral angle, that is 109 degree 28 minutes to 107 degrees, and thus the shape becomes distorted. Rather than being tetrahedral in ammonia, it is pyramidal in nature. And similarly, as the number of lone pairs of electrons on the central atom goes on increases, the bond angle decreases. And in case of water, it is 104.5 degrees, and rather than being tetrahedral, though the hybridization is sp3, the molecule shape is either it is called as bent or angular or V-shaped, and thus the above point what we have represented here, these repulsions effects result in the deviation from idealized shape and alterations in the bond angle in the molecules. For the prediction of geometrical shapes of the molecules with the help of valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, it is convenient to divide the molecules into two categories. So what I mean to say that in order to understand the geometrical shapes of the molecules with the help of VSEPR theory, we have to divide the molecules into two categories. And the first category of molecules is molecules in which the central atom has no lone pair. Try to understand, students. Molecules in which the central atom has lone pair. For example, methane, if you see, I have already written here, methane is a tetrahedral in nature with hybridization sp3. There are 4 hydrogen and the bond angle is 109 degree 28 minutes, but on this carbon there are no lone pair. For that is the reason we divide the molecules into two types: molecules in which a central atom has no lone pair of electrons, and molecules in which the central atom has either one or more lone pair of electrons. If you compare ammonia and water, in ammonia there is one lone pair, in water there are two lone pairs. Now this slide is very important, students. Try to concentrate on this. As depicted in the table 4.6 in our NCERT textbook, in 4.6 in our NCERT textbook, in the compounds of AB2, you can see here AB2 and AB3, AB4, AB5 and AB6. Very simple it is. Here A is the central atom and B is the atom surrounding A. And if you see the example here in this slide, in the figure 4.6, we have written here BCl2, Be, that is beryllium, that is A, Cl2, that is B, so it becomes AB2. Central atom is A and this atom surrounding A is B. B is how many times? 2 times, and the example is BeCl2. Already we have learned BeCl2 is a linear molecule whose bond angle is 180 degree. Similarly, we have learnt BF3, that is what? Boron trifluoride. Here central atom is A and the atom surrounding A is B. B is how many times? 3 times, and the example is boron trifluoride. And if you see the structure of this boron trifluoride, here we can see that, and whose bond angle is 120 degrees, right? So we have learnt already the hybridization also. If it is 180 degree, the hybridization is sp. If it bond angle is 120 degrees, the hybridization is sp2. And if it is methane, here you can see it is AB4, tetrahedral in nature, bond angle is 109.5 degrees, hybridization is sp3, that is tetrahedral. And the last example is PCl5, in which d orbital is present, so it becomes AB5, hybridization is sp3d. And here there are three types, there are two types of bond angle. One is with respect to these equatorial bond angle which is 120 degrees, right? And one is with respect to equatorial and axial which is 90 degrees. All we have learnt in the previous video with respect to hybridization, but point we have to understand is the shape of these molecules in which the central atom has no lone pair. In all these molecules BeCl2, BF3, methane and PCl5, the central atom are not having any lone pair of electrons. It means when there are no lone pair of electrons, the geometry is not distorted. This point you have to understand. Now let us come back to the explanation point here. The arrangement of electron pairs and that of the B atom around the central atom A are of which type we have to learn. In the first one, if it is AB2, then it is linear. If it is AB3, it is a trigonal planar. If it is AB4, it is a tetrahedral, just like methane. If it is AB5, PCl5, it is a trigonal bipyramidal. Hybridization is sp3d. And if it is AB6, we have learnt in previous video, structure is SF6, molecular shape is octahedral, right? And it is nothing but respectively here. I hope you understood, students, right? Such arrangements can be seen in the molecules like BF3, AB3. The same thing has been repeated here, okay? Methane just like AB4 and PCl5 it is AB5 are depicted below in the sense what this figure 4.6 with the help of ball and stick model. Okay, so this type of representation is ball and stick type of models. Is it clear, students? Now let us try to understand the same thing with respect to examples, right? Now in table 4.6 in our NCERT textbook page number 110, it shows the arrangement of electron pairs about the central atom A, and already I have told you we are dealing with those molecules where the central atom is not having any lone pairs, and the geometries of some molecules or ions of the type AB. Geometry of molecules is nothing but arrangement of lone pair and bond pair around the central atom. This point you try to understand, students. What is the meaning of geometry? It is nothing but the arrangement of lone pair and bond pair around the central atom, and corresponds to the coordination number of the molecules. Coordination number means how many bonds are present with the central atom by the surrounding atoms, while the shape is the molecular structure excluding the lone pair of the central atom. This is very important. What is the shape? Shape is the molecule's structure excluding the lone pair. It means while explaining shape we are excluding the lone pair. Very important, students. Geometry, when we say, we include lone pair and bond pair, but when we express the shape of the molecules we have to exclude the lone pair. Fine. Now let us have one by one example. Now the number of electron pairs. First example, number of electron pairs are 2. Number of electron pairs are 2, and those are nothing but only bonding pair of electron. Why? Because already we have said without any lone pairs we have to study now. Okay, fine. So if the central atom is A, so it is A here, and this is one bond and this is another bond, and this can be what here also B and here also B. It is just like what AB2 structure, right? So we can see here it is just like AB2, okay, and the bond angle is 180 degree, and the examples are what BeCl2 or that of HgCl2, right? Now we can see in the column 2 here it is arrangement of electron pairs. Which type of electron pairs? Bonding electron pairs. So we have to see that this is the bond and this is the other element B, right? And the molecular geometry, I have told you here, whenever we say with respect to molecular geometry we have to include lone pair and what a bond pair, but here in this molecule there are no lone pairs because we are dealing with the molecules where there are no lone pairs, only we are dealing with bond pairs, and this is the bond pair here one and here one. And if I see with there are two bonds, the shape of this molecule is what, the hybridization of this atom A is nothing but what, sp, because I have told you there is a relation between hybridization and bond angle. If it is sp, we say the bond angle is 180 degree, or when a molecule is having 180 degree, we say that hybridization is sp. Is it clear, students? We'll go to the next. Number of electron pairs. If you see here, number of electron pairs, how many are there? There are 3 electron pairs. And the arrangement of electron pairs, we have to see. Central atom is A here, and there are 3 electron pairs. So this is 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. So the 3 electron pairs. And if it's 3 electron pairs, the bond angle is 120 degrees. And what is the shape? Shape is nothing but a trigonal planar. And what is the molecular geometry? Again, it is a trigonal planar. Concept is clear, students. Now we have to correlate in the other type of molecules where there are lone pairs. Okay, at that time this becomes what? Different. Is it clear, students? So if the number of electron pairs are 3 and the arrangement of electrons, if you see, it is arranged in a trigonal planar and the bond angle is 120 degree, under this condition the molecular geometry is also trigonal planar, and the best example is BF3, that is boron trifluoride. Is it clear, students? Now the next slide. Number of electron pairs are increasing. Now the number of electron pairs here, how many are there? 4 are there, but there are no bond pairs. And we already know that if there are 4 bond pairs, and you can see the central atom here, we are having A, and the 4 electron pairs are tetrahedral. It means these are directed towards 4 corners of a tetrahedron where the bond angle is 109.5 degrees. Under this condition, the molecular geometry, we call it as what? Again, tetrahedral. And the best examples for tetrahedral type of molecules are methane and ammonium ion. Now see this difference here, students. If I say ammonia, there was one lone pair of electron, okay, but when I add one H plus to this, okay, now try to understand species which donate electron pairs, so here it is donating to this, okay, species which donate electron pairs, these are called as what? Bases. Okay, this is according to Lewis concept of what? Acids and bases. Is it clear? And here proton we are having, okay, this is H plus. Proton, what is the role of proton? It has a tendency to accept the electron. Species which are accepting electron are called as what? Acids. According to whose concept? It is Lewis concept. So therefore these lone pair of electrons are forming a bond with this H plus, and then we are having what? Ammonium ion. This is called as ammonium ion, where there are no lone pairs on nitrogen. Now nitrogen is not having any lone pair and it is having what? 4 hydrogens. So again it becomes a tetrahedral in nature, right? And now number of electron pairs. Here we are having 5 electron pairs. Arrangement of electron pairs, if you see 5, central atom is A, so A should be having what? 5 bond pairs, AB5, isn't it? And if it is AB5, already we have learnt in our previous videos, if it is AB5, it can be what? PCl5. And if it is PCl5, then the molecule's shape is nothing but trigonal bipyramidal, where we are having 2 types of bond angle. One is 90 degree, which is present between axial, right? Axial and equatorial, and if it is 120 degrees, so this is the bond angle present only between the equatorial bond. So this is equatorial bond, right? And similarly this is equatorial bond, and this is also what? Equatorial bond. I repeat it once again. So here you can see central atom A, and this are what? The equatorial bond. In equatorial bond, the bond angle is what? 120 degree. If you see this is axial bond. It also is axial bond. Bond angle between axial bond and equatorial bond, so this is 90 degree, right? And the molecular shape you can see here, trigonal bipyramidal, because there we are not speaking of any lone pair of electrons, and the best example is PCl5. And the last one you can see here, number of electron pairs, how many are there? 6 electron pairs. And the example we have already learnt when the 6 electron pair, that was SF6, whose hybridization, central atoms hybridization was sp. P3 and what D2. And if you see the arrangement of electron pairs after hybridization, we would have got what a central atom A here. Okay, if you see this diagram, I will draw for you. So we are having central atom A, and these are the 4 bond pairs, right? And if I join these like this, and the remaining one is above, other one is below, again I have to join this in this manner. I hope you are able to see these, students, right? So this becomes what a octahedral geometry. In the case of octahedral geometry, if you see the bond angles are 90 degrees. So here you can see here, okay, this is one axial bond and this is the below axial bond, right? And these are the equatorial bond that is present here, right? And here also this is the equatorial bond. So what we can see is that again here the bond angles are, one is 90 degree, other one is also 90 degree. So this 90 degree, if you see, it is present between this one, this is axial, and this is the equatorial, right? So again here it is 90 degree. I hope you can able to concentrate on this part, right? Other one is the angles between the equatorials here, right? So this bond angle is also 90 degrees. Concepts are clear, students? And anyhow, we already know that the molecular geometry, when there are no lone pair of electrons, will be the same as what the arrangement of electron pairs will be there. So again this also becomes octahedral in nature. Okay, students, now we are going to study table number 4.7 with the page number 111 in NCERT textbook. Okay, it shows the shapes of some simple molecules and ions in which the central atom has one or more lone pairs. Is it clear, students? So far we have learnt the molecules in which the central atom was not having any lone pairs, but here onwards we are going to learn the shape of the molecules on the central atom, if at all if it is having one or more lone pairs. Very simple, students, and very easy it is. Now you see type of the molecule. Here AB2 has been mentioned. A is the central atom. B, how many times? 2 times. It is nothing but what are the atoms which are bonded to A by means of bonding electron. And what is this E? This E is nothing but what? Electron pair. It is repeated only one time, so therefore the electron pair that is here, it is one time only, it is repeated, so that is what? 1 here. Okay, and that represents a number of lone pairs, electron pair, that is number of lone pair. This B is written here 2 times, that 2 is here, it means it is number of bonding pairs, But if you see totally, it is nothing but what? AB3 only, but in that 3 B3, one is bonding electron, one of the bonding atom is in the form of what? Lone pairs. Concept is clear, students, right? So now you see here I have written arrangement of electron pairs. When I say arrangement of electron pairs, I have already told you it includes lone pair as well as bond pair. Central atom is A, bond pairs, one is B, other one is B, and one more which is present in the form of lone pair, and this becomes E here. Okay, I am not writing that E, simply I am making you to understand here that what is E. Okay, now what is the shape when arrangement of electron pairs, what is the geometry when we are going to consider arrangement of electron pairs, that is lone pair and bond pair? At that time it is trigonal planar, right? And when I told you that if at all we are seeking the shape of the molecule when the central atom is having one or more lone pairs, at that time I have told you we are not going to count the lone pair. We are not going to count the lone pair. At that time we are supposed to not count the lone pair. So I'm going to erase this part here. When I erase this part, you have to keep what? Thumb over there. Where? I'll tell you. See, okay, where we have to keep? We have to keep thumb, or you close this part. Okay, at that time you can see only this part here. Okay, and when you see this, it becomes bent. I hope you understood this. What we have to close? This we have to close. What is this? this is nothing but lone pair. If you keep thumb or any what paper on this part, you can see remaining only this part, and this part is nothing but what it reveals for you, just like what bent. So therefore the shape is bent in nature, right? And the examples are SO2 and that of O3 are nothing but the examples for which type of molecule? AB2E type of molecule, where there are two bond pairs and one lone pair. Geometry will be trigonal planar, but shape is what? Bent in nature. Is it clear, students? So remaining part we are going to continue in the next class.